Уважаеми дами и господа, започваме с финален обръч от световната.
The finalists in the hoop competition, the top performer in qualification, Boriana Kalane, the reigning European all-around champion. Bulgaria's own will go second in the order. Daria Atamanov of Israel was the second best performer in qualification. She will be the fourth to go. And she was the silver medalist with the hoop at the European Championships in 2022 when she made her stunning international debut and won the European all-around title a year before Boriana Kalane won it. It's extraordinary looking at the calibre of competitors. We have the last two European all-around champions in this final. We've got the world all-around champion from 2022. We've got team world champions, junior world championship medalists, the reigning Asian Games and Asian all-around champion. And we've got World Games medalists as well, and an Olympic medalist. What more can you want? Let's get this hoop final started.
С стартов номер 1 в финален обръч, моля посрещнете представителката на България, Стиляна Николова.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the gymnast representing Bulgaria, Stiliana Nikolova.
Born in Cairo, but calling Sofia home. Stiliana Nikolova of Bulgaria, the silver medalist in the all-around competition yesterday and a world team champion last year for the host nation of this World Cup. She was the fifth best in qualification. It's her first World Cup of the season. It's nice to say hello to Stiliana Nikolova.
I long to see the sunlight in your hand and tell you time and time again how much I care. Hello, I've just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, for I haven't got a but let me start by
Is it me you're looking for? The music asks, and the answer comes from the Sofia crowd. Stiliana Nikolova, in this city, we're always looking for you and always looking forward to seeing you. The first performance of that routine in an FIG World Cup competition, in terms of a final anyway, because she did perform it in qualification. And it is important to contextualise as we're getting a little glimpse of some of the intermediary entertainment that takes place with young gymnasts in between all of these finals, that we are seeing routines here for some of the athletes that they are debuting this season. And that's the case for Nikolova for all bar her ribbon routine. Other gymnasts have a completely new programme of 4 routines. Some gymnasts have a mixed economy. Nice tidy performance of the leaps. Very difficult side scale pirouette with good releve position. Powerful illusion turns into an unsighted catch. Lots of intense work here. The execution was 8.0 in qualification. Room for that to become a little tidier as she becomes more accustomed to this particular exercise. The all-around silver medal yesterday was her 27th in World Cup competition. Her father, Ilya Dyakov, played association football for CSKA Sofia and Slavia Sofia, winning the league with Slavia Sofia in 1987, just 10 minutes away from the Arena Sofia. He was the assistant manager for a club in the Egyptian Premier League, hence why she grew up in Cairo. 34.95, execution is up 3/10 from qualification. It certainly looked a little sharper, and that's an overall gain of 0.6 for Nikolova from qualification. Good start.
Отново представителката на България. Ваши силни аплодисменти за Боряна Калейн.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to the gymnast representing Bulgaria, Borjana Kalein.
To call this next individual a megastar in Sofia, her home city, is downplaying things. Borjana Kalein, 5th at the Olympic Games and the reigning European all-around champion. In her home city, she was the top qualifier with this routine in the preliminary stage. Borjana Kalein, the 23-year-old from the Bulgarian capital, in front of her home crowd. Difficult start. We just remind ourselves this is a brand new routine for her in 2024, but she quite quickly recovered. The score 35.6 in qualification. It will be a little below that. Nice rebound catch with the leap, and the loss of control doesn't come with the loss of much in the way of difficulty, but she does have several adjustment steps taken to retrieve the apparatus, so it is going to be quite a high execution deduction, one imagines. She is the reigning World Games champion with the hoop. The musical choice was a new one for her. Music by Stray Kids, some very vibrant orchestration, and she is very skilled at working with aggressive, vibrant orchestration. She has that capacity as a performer to not be overawed by large orchestration. Sometimes the orchestration that gymnasts choose can be quite hard to match, but with Kalein that's never a danger at all. She has the charisma on the competition floor to carry pretty much anything.
Уважаеми дами и господа, преди да продължим
35.6 in qualification was the strongest score by about a third of a mark over Daria Atamanov, but one imagines the door has been opened a little now. 31.8, so that means Nikolova is handsomely the highest scorer of the first two competitors, of the two Bulgarians. Kalane, quite a drop from the preliminary round of 3.8 marks.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Ukraine, please big applause for Taisia Onofrichuk.
How exciting to see this young gymnast from Ukraine, Taisia Onofrichuk. She is 15, it's her first FIG World Cup final. She was a medalist with the clubs at the Junior World Championships in Romania last year. Appropriate orchestration. She is a thriller of a young prospect, this exciting gymnast from Ukraine, Taisia Onofrichuk. Some lovely pirouetting work. Very composed display. Illusion turn into the unsighted catch. Leaps with the back bend, that little lean backwards of the trunk adding to the difficulty. Good launch, nice amplitude into the wrists, the forward rolls well performed. But earlier on it was her extended leg fouette turns that were so notable. Lovely axis, very little movement. 34.2 in the preliminary round, the sixth best. She was a finalist at the Junior World Championships in the hoop competition, finished in sixth place.
Те са специално селектирани тук за Световната купа, така че очакваме силни аплодисменти за тях, тъй като си представяте какво е вълнението за тези малки деца. Айде сега в ритъма на тази музика, хубави аплодисменти.
At 15, she is the youngest by some way in this final, Taisia Onofrichuk. And she was very keenly appreciated by the home crowd. 33.8, so just a small drop from qualification in terms of the crispness of her performance. Execution down a little. But it's only 4/10 down. That's a very credible first display in a final. Her difficulty will grow over time. Daria Atamanov of Israel. Second best in qualification, 35.25. the all-around bronze medalist at the last World Championships.
Ça y est, enfin il se fâche. J'ai touché la corde sensible, on dirait. La taille de son instrument. Oui, comme ça te va bien, continue à nous jouer cette air de mort. Comment finir autrement lorsque l'on vient se battre avec un instrument qui a déjà la forme d'un cercueil d'or? Il est passé en mode Richard Clédorman. Ça veut dire qu'il va pas bien. Il a compris que la situation était grave, je crois. Chut, laisse-le. Évidemment. Dès que tu sais plus quoi faire, t'es obligé de pomper mon pote chaud. Vas-y, bonne chance. Quoi? Qu'est-ce que t'as? Ah, ce petit pianiste a de la saveur. Ouais, on va arrêter le petit duel. On s'est tapé comme des gladiateurs. Allez-y, oui, je sais que les enchères montent. Riez de la foudre juste avant qu'elle tombe. Aujourd'hui, on se tape face à la caméra, mais demain, quand on reviendra ensemble, on ira manger mon.
Such lovely clarity with that catch at the end of the apparatus. The clean pass of the hoop across the body. She made light of it, but with the angle of the body and the way the hoop was travelling, it's essentially like trying to catch a bagel with an umbrella tip. It was extraordinarily well judged in terms of its trajectory. She's very good at that, isn't she? The passes of the apparatus across the body, they're clean, they're precise. But goodness me, those tour chaîné déboulé, the chaîné turns, lovely releve position, arms either side of the torso. It's great balletic technique, nice butterflies as well. This is very stylish gymnastics.
Il est passé en mode Richard Clédorman. Ça veut dire qu'il va pas bien. Il a compris que
Once again, one of those catches where the apparatus passes fully across the body. An unsighted catch there to bolster the difficulty. 35.25, as I mentioned earlier, in qualification. The top qualifier, Boriana Kalane, dropping by almost 4 marks. Does it leave her with a real chance of winning this? She'll have to go beyond the 34.95 set by Stiliana Nikolova with her first display.
Следват финалите при ансамблите с 5 обръча, след което имаме награждаване на първите 3 финала, които сте видяли до този момент. И така с останалите финали, съответно на бухалка, ленти и смесеното съчетание при ансамблите, така че ни очаква един изключително страхотен следобед.
Yes, no surprise. 35.55, 8.3 for execution, and a very high artistry score too
Sofia
from Daria Atamanov.
Let's give it up for the gymnast representing
She leads,
Italy,
but for
Sofia
how much
Raffaelli.
longer? The reigning World Games champion with the hoop and the runner-up at the last World Championships, having won the title in 2022. Sofia Raffaelli of Italy, the 4th best in qualification, 35.2.
Please listen. I pray you have ears to hear. Enduring the unspeakable, breathing fear with every breath. Their silent screams unanswered. Afraid. Will anyone rescue me? Will you carry me away? Bring me to a place of no suffering or pain.
I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will
At just 20 years of age, Sofia Raffaeli is one podium place away from her career 50th World Cup medal. It is an almost outrageous accomplishment. Will today be the day? Will that be the one that does it?
During the unspeakable.
It's a new routine.
breathing fear with
She
every
performs very
breath.
well to this music. Lovely
The silence
amplitude,
screams unanswered.
good chaîné turns. Look at the clean flight of the
Will
hoop as it
anyone rescue me?
lands. It's well
Will
judged.
you carry me away?
The penché
Bring me
turns,
to a
nice
place of
raised
no
leg position,
suffering.
but a little oscillation towards the end of the penché turn will carry some execution deductions. Quite a clean, unsighted trap. That's one of the ways that she gets such high difficulty working unsighted to the apparatus when regrasping. Fourth best in qualification, 35.2. It's a very enjoyable first final, this. It was at this very World Cup in 2021 that Sofia Raffaeli made her senior international debut. 34.15 is her score, and what's interesting there is the difficulty is down by 8/10 from qualification. So she hasn't been credited with everything that she managed to successfully carry out in the preliminary stage. Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan. 7th best in qualification. This is the reigning Asian Games all-around champion and the reigning two-time Asian all-around champion. Just 19, Takhmina Ikramova from Samarkand, one of the oldest cities in the world, a Silk Road city. Appropriate time to mention it with the Baku World Cup coming up in a week's time. Great performance from her at the Asian Games, taking not just the all-around title but being part of the Uzbekistan team that won gold. She gets good height in her leaps, nice back bend, really flicking the back leg up beyond the line of the head. She's developed so much technically in recent years. Good toe point on the raised leg too. And there the split pirouette. Nicely performed. for Ikramova. It's simply about whether she can continue to raise difficulty in a way that makes her absolutely competitive with the very strongest, because she was 5th in the all-around competition at the last World Championships. She's a real contender for major honours. .33, difficulty of 16.9. That's down by almost a mark from qualification. So exactly what I was referencing earlier. But a nicely performed routine. We have 2 to go as things stand. Atamanov leads on 35.55. We now have the arrival of the European champion with the hoop, Victoria Onoprienko of Ukraine. 3rd best in qualification, 35.2. It is undoubtedly one of the most strongly narrative-driven hoop routines out there at the moment. This work from Carmen, the prelude, and all of the bullfighting imagery that she uses so well in the routine. The way that the hoop becomes a cape, becomes a sword. Her own stance evocative from time to time of the work of the toreador. One wonders about the cleanliness of the execution compared to the routine at its best. There, very clearly having balance issues. It doesn't change the fact that it is a real spectacle to watch. It will impact the score strongly. Doesn't have clarity with the roll of the hoop across the body, for example. Looking for that roll across the arms and the clavicle. It's still an absolute treat to watch every time. Very respected gymnast, Victoria Onoprienko. Respected for her work rate as much as for her artistry. .25, the execution score, down by well over half a mark from the preliminary round where she scored 8.2, and a 3/4 drop. So all of that means that Daria Atamanov has won at least the silver medal, Stiliana Nikolova has won at least the bronze medal. We have one performer to go, and it is an exceptional gymnast with this apparatus. Alina Garnasco, the 8th best performer in qualification with a score of 34, and the silver medalist at the World Championships in Kitakyushu in 2021.
T'es où? Toi l'homme de ma vie, t'es où? Toi qui m'aimeras toute ta vie, t'es où? Toi qui ne me lâcheras jamais, je t'attends depuis toujours. Toi mon âme sœur, mon amour, t'es où? Toi mon unique et mon tout, t'es où? Toi qui ne m'abandonneras plus, t'es où? Je te cherche, je ne te vois pas, t'es où? J'ai tellement besoin de toi, t'es où? Je ne tiendrai pas sans toi, t'es où? Juste un signe de toi, un seul, t'es où? Dois-je attendre combien de temps? Je m'accroche et je m'accroche, ce ne sera pas simple tout le temps, ouais. T'es où? Toi mon pilier, mon soldat, t'es où? Que je te serre dans mes bras, t'es où? Je croyais t'avoir trouvé, mais je me suis tant trompé. Je suis lasse, désespérée, t'es où? On aura mal, c'est sûr, t'es où? Il y en aura des ruptures, t'es où? On ne cessera de s'aimer, et je sais que toi et moi, ce sera pour l'éternité, t'es où? Je meurs lentement sans toi, t'es où? Je ne m'en remettrai pas, t'es où? Je ne peux plus vivre sans toi, je veux vivre dans tes bras, que nos corps ne se lâchent pas, t'es où? Toi mon autre, ma moitié, t'es où? Mon soleil, mon apogée, t'es où? Ne me laisse pas seul encore, t'es où? J'ai besoin de toi si fort.
There is a degree of balletic cleanliness to Alina Garnasco that is delightful to watch. She took the bronze medal at the Olympiad in Tokyo, made her return to international competition at the start of the season. She won the ribbon title at the Athens World Cup and was third in the all-around competition. Stag jump with the real flick up of the back leg. That's a difficult skill, the rebound unsighted with the extended back leg into a catch. The catch and the stretched outer elbow, again another rebound unsighted from the back foot. Lots of clever little touches to bolster difficulty. Straight leg and good toe point in the double illusion turn. Then a catch into a third illusion. And lots of nice choreography around all of those difficulty elements as well. Can she improve upon the 34 from the preliminary round? There were a couple of occasions when it felt that she slightly had to rush coming out of the pirouettes, particularly the chaîné turns, to get the catch right for the angle of release. But quite small things. Atamanov ahead of Nikolova, with Raffaelli currently occupying third place. 34.15 is the number required to make it onto the podium. Garnasco does get that or beyond that, it will be her 29th World Cup medal. 33.8, not quite, down by just a fraction, 2/10 lower than the preliminary round.
Така, следва Домко. Едно страхотно отдело от Домко. Така, вие ли искате? Заповядайте, студено ви е. Гледам, че ви е студено. Заповядайте при мен.
We await the classified results.
Вие сте
There may well be some inquiries that have to be attended to first.
Само, че трябва да отговорите на един въпрос. Ако не спечелите, не знам какво правим. Няма да я завивате студиото на Домко. Добре, знаете ли колко магазина Домко има в страната като бройка? Да, магазини. Не онлайн, а магазини физически, точно така. Малко нагоре, но не са 10. Не са и 15. Давам ви шанс на вас.
Well, a history-making moment for Sofia Raffaelli is about to be confirmed, but let's have a look back at some of the best of the action from this hoop final, starting with the silver medalist, Iliana Nikolova. Her score 34.95. Very crisp. This was better in terms of its execution by almost a third of a mark than qualification, particularly the trajectory judgments. Unfortunately, that played a substantial role in the top qualifier, Boriana Kalejn, being ruled out. Things like that as well. The exit out of control from the side scale spin. That can be the way that difficulty changes so much in rhythmic gymnastics, when you don't fully complete a pirouette that you're intending to. Elements that you maybe hit in qualification not so secure in the final itself, and your execution drops, but also your difficulty is not credited. Very promising was Taisia on a free chook, but the champion, Daria Atamanov, 35.55. Oh, those are just fantastic. The chaîné turns absolutely spot on. We use and overuse in sports journalism the idea of something being textbook, but her chaîné turns really are from an instructional manual. Sofia Raffaelli winning the bronze medal, and in doing so, winning her 50th career World Cup honours. Brilliant accomplishment from one of the greats.
Заведете вашата съпруга. Тя е по-голям. След като е по-голям фен, заведете я тук, оползотворете този ваучер. Само да видя нещо, да.
Жоре, прекъсвам те.
Жалко.
Дами и господа, моля вашите аплодисменти за съдийската бригада на топка.
Performance of Tahmina Ikromova, who scored 33.3, was followed by Victoria Onoprienko, the third best qualifier, who had a couple of issues, scoring 32.25. And then Alina Garnasko missing out only by a few tenths. Difficulty posted by the likes of Atamanov, Nikolova and Raffaelli, very strong. The classified results in the hoop competition: a bronze medal for Sofia Raffaelli of Italy, her 50th World Cup medal. Iliana Nikolova of the host nation Bulgaria wins the silver medal, but it is Daria Atamanov of Israel, the bronze medalist in the all-around competition at the last World Championships, who takes the gold. Her first gold medal of the season after a tough competition in Athens. We move on any moment now to the ball competition, the second of our finals.
И моля вашите силни аплодисменти за представителката на Израел Даниела Мюнец.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and we start with the champion from the last World Cup event in Athens. A great way to begin. The finalists in the ball competition, the top performer in qualification, Iliana Nikolova of Bulgaria with 35.15. Daniela Munitz of Israel, the second best performer in qualification, 33.85, but the debutant in a World Cup final in Athens won the title in this event.
bianca ma lo taglierò la panza en su loco vaivén. Rumbo a la cosecha cosechero yo seré, y entre copo blanco mi esperanza cantaré, con mano curtida dejaré en el algodón mi corazón. Algodón que se va, que se va, que se va, pata blanda mojada de luna y sudor, borrachito borracho de sueños y amor quiero yo.
What a lovely sharp snap at the conclusion of that routine from Daniela Munitz. The trap at the very end, brilliant. She's only 16, she's such an exciting young competitor. And what an accomplishment, winning the ball title in Athens. Accompanied there by Giulietta Cantalupi, the former Italian coach. Nice stag jump with a flick back of the head. Great establishment of releve into the one-handed catch and the backwards walkover. Those lovely fouette turns with a strong raised leg position. The less classical, if you will, of the fouette turns without the bent leg. The original balletic form does have the bent knee, but in rhythmic gymnastics more commonly one sees the straight leg version. Good finish there, very much unsighted. Her difficulty score in qualification was 17.7. It is down a little here, 32, the score in the final for Daniela Munitz. A mark and a half of difficulty lost.
Стартов номер 2 в финала на топка ще видим представителката на Италия, София Рафаели.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for representing Italy, Sofia Raffaelli.
Sofia Raffaelli of Italy, who has just won her 50th career World Cup medal, now performing to her new ball routine, Il Mondo by Jacopo Rossetto. She was the fourth best in qualification with 33.5. Italy's Sofia Raffaelli. She didn't make it onto the podium in the all-around competition, which is based on the qualification results. Consistency not quite there so far this season, but she is somebody who has the habit of turning up for the big competitions and delivering. And as I mentioned at the start of the day, a lot of gymnasts are bedding in new routines, and Raffaelli is one of them. And the expressivity is growing with this routine. Lovely flexibility and control coming out of that balanced position. Little adjustment there maybe to secure that catch. Not fully in control of her position at all times. But the difficulty 16.7 in the preliminary round. There is room for that to be higher as this routine becomes more consistent. It was well executed though in qualification, 8.45. She had the second best execution score of any of the qualifiers, behind Boriana Kalin, who'll be the last to go. Last year she became the first rhythmic gymnast ever to win the Best Female Athlete of the Year at the Gazzetta Sports Awards in Italy. Very prestigious publication that honours athletes with its own awards at the end of the year. (33.45). So what's interesting there is the difficulty is way up by 0.9. I did think it might be stronger in this final based on what we were seeing, but the execution has dropped as a result. Some of those trajectory issues here and there that I was mentioning. Overall, it's a 500ths drop from qualification, that's all.
Please welcome the gymnast representing Israel, Daria Atamanov.
The World Games champion with the ball. She won the title in Birmingham, Alabama in the summer of 2022. Israel's Daria Atamanov, the fifth best in qualification with 33.2.
Summertime and the living is easy, so hush, little baby, and don't you cry. Summertime and the living is easy. So spread your wings and you'll take it to the sky. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got the swing. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got the swing. Fish are jumping and the curtain is up.
It really is so impressive, the connection that she performs with the music, or the connection that she establishes with the music, to Summertime from Porgy and Bess by Rafael Gualazzi. And it actually helps disguise the fact that she really lashes her way through so much difficulty in this routine, and it's all fluidly blended together with the orchestration. Here and there, she made some adjustments to her landing position. Nice toe point as she performs those straight leg fouette turns. And quite a controlled exit from the turns as well. Shanae turns into the unsighted trap, and there's exactly what I was mentioning at the start, how the connection with the music helps you not notice the complexity of the routine, which is in a way what you want with rhythmic gymnastics, to feel engrossed by the overall performative quality and then to step back and go, actually there was a lot going on. 33.95, 17.3 for difficulty, an 8.4 execution score, and an 8.25
Ladies and
for
gentlemen,
artistry.
please welcome the gymnast
Very strong work.
Brazil, Maria Eduarda Alexandre.
So Atamanov leads after 3. To Maria Eduarda Alexandre of Brazil. 8th best in qualification. And the reigning South American champion with the ball. Did well right at the end, had to shuffle forward slightly to control the apparatus. Very poised and impressive young gymnast, Dula Alexandre, from the wonderful beachside settlement of Florianopolis in Santa Catarina State in the south of Brazil. Her dominance as a junior continentally has been extraordinary. All 6 golds at the South American Junior Championships in 2022. She dances well, she's got good balletic grounding, suitably controlled roll across the arms, a nice fluid motion of the back leg as she then moves into choreography that blends so nicely into the body difficulty. Some of the finer points of execution, she's still developing. The difficulty is developing. Brazil, absolutely one of the up-and-coming nations of rhythmic gymnastics. Some wonderful work is coming out of that country. It is, of course, one of the great gymnastics nations, full stop. 32.3 for Maria Eduarda Alexandre, execution 7.55. That's a drop of 3/10 from qualification. The difficulty is down by a few tenths too. So Atamanov is the leader. Second, Sofia Raffaelli. Third, Maria Eduarda Alexandre. 4 to go, including the top qualifier. The best performer in qualification, Stiliana Nikolova of Bulgaria. 35.15 for the gymnast to finish third in the ball final at the last World Championships.
Salam and good evening to you, worthy friends. Welcome to the fabled city of Agrabah.
Oh, imagine a land, it's a faraway place where the caravan camels run. Come on down, stop on by, hop a carpet and fly to another Arabian night. Arabian night.
This is a very well embedded routine. The Arabian Nights ball routine, just like her Paris themed ribbon routine, have carried over from last year. And what you've seen there is a gymnast who knows every last millisecond of that routine inside out. Good penché turns, nice toe point in the raised leg. She's a quick turner. Excellent trajectory coming out of the forward rolls, no real adjustment positionally. Side scale spin, look at the vertical angle, that is so impressive. It's pretty well 180 degrees. Those chaîné turns were whirlwind paced. Not quite as controlled perhaps there, but it's very marginal, and the bent leg delusion turn so difficult. This is just fabulous. It's almost an arched handstand from acrobatic gymnastics performed by the top. And you can imagine, can't you, how that would fit into a pair's routine in acrobatic gymnastics. There is an Acrobatic Gymnastics World Championships coming up later in the year, along with an Aerobic Gymnastics World Championships, which you are strongly encouraged to watch, and strongly encouraged by this score is Stiliana Nikolova. It's a monstrously high number, 36.95. She's got a 20 for difficulty, 1.4 up from qualification. That is phenomenal, and it is richly deserved after what has to be the strongest performance that we've seen so far in terms of its overall cohesiveness.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the neutral athlete, Alina Garnasco.
The 7th best in qualification with a score of 32.8, Alina Garnasco.
Going on in my mind, so let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Hey, big spender! Do you wanna have fun? Psst. How's about a few laughs? Hey, big spender! Hey, big spender! Hey, big spender! And a little time with
Bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Alina Garnasco. Massive collection of European Championship honours as well. 5 silver medals, 2 bronze medals, including that memorable all-around final in 2020. Very well-controlled trap early on.
the minute you walked in the joint.
She gets a little oscillation of the raised leg, slight spiral.
to know what's going on in my mind. So let me get right to the
Very
point.
nice. This the spin on the finger.
I don't pop my
Really
cork for
secure looking.
every guy.
32.8 in the preliminary round for Garnasco. She was a bronze medalist with the ball at the 2021 World Championships. 32.95 is a fraction up from qualification. Not quite on the podium though. It is Nikolova by a million miles, then Atamanov, then Raffaeli. So with 2 to go, 33.45 is the number required to get onto the podium.
Please welcome the gymnast from Uzbekistan, Takhmina Ikramova.
Takhmina Ikramova of Uzbekistan, 6th best in qualification with 33.05. She could push for a place on the podium.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one knows. Think you're so criminal. So you're a tough guy, like you really rough guy. Just can't get enough guy, just always so rough guy. I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make you go from mad type, when seduce your dad type. I'm the bad guy. I like it when you take control, even if you. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
It's a lot of fun, that. She gets a real sense of energy and vibrancy performing to it. Music is Bad Guy by Kong. And it is a connection that she establishes well, Takhmina Ikramova. It's still something that she's bedding in as a routine, but she is the reigning 2-time consecutive ball champion in Asia.
White shirt, now red, my bloody nose sleeping.
Choreographically, some really nice moments. The dynamic balance, going into the side scale spin. Does attack the leap.
I'm the bad guy.
Interesting reaction that she had at the conclusion of the routine, Takhmina Ikramova. Her difficulty score in qualification was 16.9. We understand there is an inquiry in progress for Alina Garnasco, the previous gymnast. There we go, 34.05, Takhmina Ikramova. She's delivered an excellent display. The difficulty is up by 0.8 of a mark from qualification, and Ikramova has actually managed to go into the silver medal position. She's guaranteed a place on the podium, and it will be her 9th World Cup medal.
Please welcome the gymnast from Bulgaria, Boriana Kalane.
There will be a Bulgarian champion Nikolova leads with 1 to go. Boriana Kalane, the final performer, 33.8 in qualification, the 3rd best. And this absolutely is a match made in heaven musically for her.
I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this hold me. We set off a drum, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Time to go, still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough. Never be enough for me.
Oh, what an unfortunate conclusion to the routine for Boriana Kalane. And it seems as though her own apparatus has made its way back onto the carpet as well, which adds further complications. It's a difficult skill at the end, the unsighted trap of the apparatus. Now, we just pause and breathe for a moment and look at this in its context as a new routine. It's exciting. It's full of character. It's beautifully performed. It's not going to get the score today that it is capable of getting.
These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough.
Unsighted catch into the bent-legged illusion turn. Skillful work. Good chaîné turns, the scapular catch, and there the classical fouettes from Boriana Kalane with impeccable spot turn execution. She also had the first attitude derrière spins that we've seen so far in this competition, so really going for the classical turns, but she was unfortunately quite some way off in making that catch or that trap at the end. The reigning Bulgarian national champion. She is so adored by the home crowd in her Sofia World Cup. She's spoken many times over the years about how she's learned not to lose faith. There have been plenty of times when we've wondered if things are not going to go her way, and she's rebounded with some of her best performances, like the European Championships last year. And she became a world champion for the first time last year with the Bulgarian team. That after 4 fourth place finishes in the 2021 competition, to make it 6 times that she finished 4th at the World Championships. She missed the World Championships in this arena in 2022. She was unwell and not able to perform. Now this is where we have a little delay because of the inquiry submitted by Alina Garnasco and her coaching staff. It is, we understand, a body difficulty inquiry that's been submitted by the Olympic bronze medalist. And I will let you know if there is any change. And we look out over the arena, Sofia. The setting of 2 World Championship competitions. And the arena has hosted 9 years now of World Cup competition. This is the 10th year of it, of course. It was opened in 2011 after a 2-year build, and it hosts a huge number of sports. It's held the European Taekwondo Championships, the Junior World Championships in figure skating, the World Championships of Volleyball, WTA Tournament of Champions, and most importantly of all, the Junior Eurovision Song Contest in 2015. Do you think for a moment I would forget that? It's hosted Cirque du Soleil as well, and Disney on Ice. A diverse range of gymnastics competitions have been held here, including the World Championships of Aerobic Gymnastics in 2012. It's in the southeast of Sofia, opposite a beautiful park and sports area with some lovely outdoor facilities like tennis courts. It's part of the enormous green belt of Sofia. The arena is very close to the Borisova Gradina, the public gardens that were built in the 1880s. Really rather spectacular. We don't anticipate a change to the leaderboard. Stiliana Nikolova in first place. Second place, Tahmina Ikromova. And in third position, Daria Atamanov on 33.95. Alina Garnasco a mark shy of that, 32.95. So she would need a substantial change to her body difficulty to get onto the podium. But for a lot of the gymnasts, when they do submit these inquiries, it is about making sure that that difficulty that they feel they have earned is credited internationally, especially ahead of major competitions such as the Olympiad. Athletes want to make sure that there is precedent for giving them that difficulty. The judges know exactly what they are seeing. And there is a change, 33.15. Alina Garnasco has gained 2/10 of body difficulty. So worth submitting that inquiry. Boriana Kalane scores 31.2, a 7.1 for the execution score. That is down by 1.4 from qualification. The execution, the overall mark is down by 2.6.
Това не ми хареса с този пръст, между другото. Заповядайте. Няма да ви задавам въпрос. Заповядайте. Печелите, да.
We wait for the classified results, but first we look back at this very entertaining ball final. Daniela Muniz got us underway. She scored 32 following her success in the Athens World Cup where she won the ball title. Consistency of this routine is a work in progress, but it has massive scoring potential.
С много вкусни рецепти. Предполагам, че готвите доста добре.
The next order of business will be the first group final.
Следващата награда да видя една двойка. Ето една влюбена двойка. Следващия подарък не е за децата. Това е страхотно вино от Златарна Целие. Вътре с златни частици, 23 карата, така че ви пожелавам още тази вечер.
The classified results in the ball competition, and an absolute showstopper from Stiliana Nikolova of Bulgaria, 36.95. The silver medal won by Takmina Ikromova of Uzbekistan with her new routine to Bad Guy by Kong. And then the bronze medal won by Daria Atamanov of Israel, half a mark ahead of Italy's Sofia Raffaelli.
които обличат нашите момичета от 2011 година. Аплодисменти за Ели Лазарова, европейска световна шампионка, която е главен менеджер в магазина. Благодарим за нейното съдействие.